Imagine the thunderous roar of engines echoing across the dew-kissed asphalt of Daytona International Speedway on a crisp February morning in 2019, where 40,000 horsepower beasts line up like warriors at dawn. And in the number 1 Chevrolet, a driver named Michael Annett grips the wheel with hands steady as Iowa soil, his heart pounding not just with adrenaline, but with the weight of every long-shot dream his family ever whispered over kitchen tables back home. Born on June 23, 1986, under the bold summer sun of Cancer, in the heart of Des Moines, Iowa, Michael Wayne Annett wasn't handed a silver spoon or a golden helmet. He earned every lap, every checkered flag, with the quiet grit that turns underdogs into legends. At just 39 years young, when he crossed that final finish line on December 5, 2025, Michael's story isn't one of roaring headlines or trophy cases overflowing. It's a heartfelt ballad of perseverance, the kind that tugs at your chest, reminding us that the truest victories are the ones fought in the shadows, fueled by family fires that burn brighter than any burnout. Picture a boy in Des Moines, no older than 7, trading his hockey skates for a go-kart seat on a whim, the smell of rubber and fuel wrapping around him like a second skin, while his parents, Harold and Deborah Annett, watch from the sidelines with eyes wide as the horizon. Harold, the iron-willed CEO of TMC Transportation, a trucking empire that hauled more than freight across America's veins, saw in his youngest son a spark that mirrored his own unyielding drive. He wasn't just a dad, he was the architect, co-owning sprint car teams that chased dirt track glory with legends like Sammy Swindell, racking up 35 wins in 4 fierce years, all while timing Michael's very birth around a race weekend, scheduling that C-section so his boy could enter the world-chasing speed from the start. Deborah, the steady heartbeat of the home, balanced Harold's fire with her quiet resolve, crisscrossing the Midwest in a family van to hockey tournaments from ages 7 to 17. Her hands on the wheel teaching Michael that the road to anywhere is paved with patience and love. They weren't a family of flash. They were roots deep in Iowa clay. Toby, Tim, Todd, Jennifer, Jason, Jamie, Emily, and Michael. A sprawling circle of siblings and steps who turned Sunday suppers into strategy sessions. Laughter mingling with engine schematics, every story laced with a lesson. Family doesn't just support your dreams, it builds the track you run on. Those early days blurred hockey rinks and racetracks into one endless pursuit. Michael lacing up as a defenseman for the Waterloo Black Hawks in the USHL, his body checking opponents with the same calculated force he'd later unleash on ovals. But it was the roar of sprint cars that called him home. By elementary school, a few mini-cup races had him hooked, and with Harold's backing, TMC's logos gleaming on the haulers, Michael dove into ARCA Menards, that proving ground for hungry hearts. Imagine the spring of 2007 at Talladega, the air thick with Alabama humidity and high-octane hope, as 19-year-old Michael threads the needle through a pack of veterans, crossing the line first in a victory that tasted like vindication, his radio crackling with Deborah's cheers from the stands. A year later, Daytona bows to him again, the season opener falling like confetti from the gods, 2 ARCA crowns etched into a legacy still green. It wasn't stardom yet. It was survival, scraping by on sponsor scraps and family faith. But every podium was a promise kept. To Harold, who'd passed in 2021 after a lifetime of hauling dreams, leaving Michael to carry the torch with a fire that flickered but never dimmed. Leap to NASCAR's national stage in 2008 felt like fate flooring the accelerator. Signing with German Racing for the nationwide series, soon to be Xfinity, Michael suited up in the number 15 Toyota, Pilot Travel Center's green and yellow livery, a badge of the open road that mirrored his family's trucking soul. Rookie year was raw, a handful of top 10s, but crashes that crumpled cars and tested spirits, yet he finished 10th in points, nipping at Justin Allgaier's heels for honors. Germain became family, those 2009-2010 seasons grinding out finishes that built bone-deep resilience. 4 top 10s in 09, though success dipped like a caution flag the next. By 2011, Rusty Wallace Racing called, the number 62 a vessel for 7 top 10s and a 9th place points haul, Michael's smooth lines through traffic earning whispers in the garage. This kid's got staying power. Richard Petty Motorsports followed in 2012, the king himself nodding approval as Michael clawed to 5th in points, his best yet, a season of near misses that honed the edge he'd need for the big leagues. Then came the Cup Series dream, 2014 thrusting him full-time into the number 7 Chevrolet with Tommy Baldwin Racing, 106 starts over 3 years where the spotlight burned hottest and hardest. Picture the 2015 Daytona 500, engines screaming like banshees as Michael pilots through the draft, surging to 13th at the checkers. A rookie whisper in a symphony of giants, Jimmy Johnson and Kyle Busch trading paint while he carves his quiet path. Harry Scott's team took the reins in 16, but the Cup grind was unforgiving. Mid-pack battles, mechanical gremlins, and the ache of knowing one bad lap could erase a month's work. Yet through it all, Michael's radio stayed calm, his post-race hugs with crew chiefs laced with that Iowa optimism, Deborah's voice on the phone a lifeline. "You're not racing for glory, son. You're racing for us." By 2017, fate circled back to Xfinity with JR Motorsports, Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s outfit, where Michael became the steady hand expanding them to 4 cars, his number 5 Chevrolet a workhorse through 2020. And then, that magical dawn at Daytona in 2019, the Xfinity opener where underdog magic unfolds like a miracle. Battling door-to-door with the field's best, Michael holds off the charge, crossing first in a blur of confetti and tears, his only National Series win a gift that Dale Jr. likened to Michael Waltrip's 0-1-500 triumph, a nod to legacies intertwined. It sparked a season of fire. Consistent top 15s, the number 1 car in 19 his Chariot, points battles that had the garage buzzing. But shadows crept in 2021's stress fracture in his right femur, a cruel twist sidelining him mid-season, the pain a constant companion that forced the hardest call: retirement after Phoenix's 11th place fade. Stepping away wasn't defeat. It was dignity, Michael hanging up the helmet with 436 combined starts across NASCAR's tiers. A resume of heart over headlines. His final radio crackle a thank you to the family who'd fueled every fuel run. In the quiet corners away from the roar, Michael's world was a tender refuge, guarded like a cherished spoiler. Whispers of romance flickered, a rumored spark with Heidi spilling in 2013. A fellow racing soul sharing stolen moments amid the circuit's chaos. But he kept love's laps private, no wife stepping into the public pits, no ring flashed in victory lanes. If there was a partner in those final years, she walked the unseen straights with him, her hand a steady spotter through retirement's turns. Family remained the emotional core. Harold's absence a hollow in the grandstand since 21, but Deborah's embraced the anchor, her Des Moines home a haven where siblings gathered, Toby's stories from the road mingling with Tim's quiet wisdom, Todd's laughter chasing away the road's loneliness. No children graced his story publicly, but in interviews, Michael's voice softened speaking of the next generation, eyes drifting to nieces and nephews tumbling in Iowa backyards, hinting at joys deferred, dreams of tiny helmets one day circling family tracks. It was a life of chosen solitude amid the speed, where vulnerability hid behind that easy grin, the racer who conquered ovals but craved the circle of those who'd seen him start from scratch. The tangible tracks of his journey tallied to a net worth around $5 million by late 2025. A steady sum woven from the warp and weft of sponsorship lifelines and family threads. Not the mega deals of superstars, but the reliable hauls of a journeyman who outlasted the flash. Xfinity salaries hovered $200,000 to $500,000 annually in his prime, bonuses swelling the pot, that 19 Daytona purse alone over $100,000, a down payment on resilience. Pilot Flying J's decade-long ride, green banners waving from German to JRM, poured low 7 figures into the coffers, their travel center empire a mirror to TMC's trucking might, Harold's legacy ensuring Michael raced on merit, not just money. Post-retirement whispers of consulting gigs or media spots added quiet streams, but Michael's wealth was wielded wisely. Iowa investments, perhaps a Mooresville home with a garage full of memories, scholarships for young drivers echoing his ARCA days. No fleets of exotics or vaulted trophies, just security sewn for Deborah's golden years, a buffer against the sport's whims, honoring the parents who'd bet their hearts on his horsepower. To truly feel Michael's pulse, you slip into the rhythms of his off-track life, a blend of high-rev heart and heartland hush that grounded the speed demon within. Dawn in Mooresville, North Carolina, his adopted racing hub, broke around 6 a.m., the scent of fresh coffee brewing as Deborah's voice crackled over FaceTime from Des Moines, trading weather reports for wistful what-ifs about Harold's latest hauler tailies. Mornings meant gym sessions, that femur scar a reminder to build smart, not just fast, followed by simulator laps in a home setup that blurred retirement's edges, Michael's focus sharpening like he was still gridding Daytona. Afternoons wandered to family calls, Todd grilling steaks over video, Emily sharing kid chaos that pulled laughs from his chest, or quiet drives in an understated F-150, windows down, country radio humming Merle Haggard as he scouted local dirt tracks, mentoring wide-eyed teens with tips whispered like secrets. It's not the car, kid, it's the will. Evenings softened into solace, grilling burgers on a backyard deck strung with checkered flag lights, a cold Bud Light sweating in hand while binge-watching old races with siblings via stream, or curling up with a biography on Petty, pages turning slow as he reflected on paths not taken. Weekends, when the circuits called no more, pulled him homeward. Flights to Iowa for TMC barbecues, the air thick with Diesel and Deborah's potato salad, siblings circling like a victory formation, toasting Harold's ghost with stories of sprint car glory. Indulgences stayed simple. A rare steak at a Charlotte dive, tailgating Blackhawks games with old USHL pals, or fishing the Cape Fear River, line cast quiet as his retirement thoughts, the waters ripple a meditation on laps left unlived. Philanthropy flowed unspoken, donations to hockey youth leagues, quiet boosts for ARCA hopefuls from trucking families, his $5 million not hoarded but handed forward, a nod to the breaks he'd caught. Through the 2021 fractures phantom aches, the grief of Harold's passing that lingered like low fuel, and the retirement blues that hit like a yellow flag, Michael's days wove intensity with intimacy, the checkered roar fatting to cricket choruses, every sunset a straightaway to gratitude. It was a life of balance, teetering on 200 mph edges yet anchored in Iowa earth, where the real race was against time, run with the ones who made the miles mean something. As the engines of memory hush on December 5, 2025, a day when Morrisville's winter chill seemed to carry the echo of unsaid goodbyes, we're left cradling Michael's legacy, not in the gleam of a single Daytona trophy, but in the swell of a heart that raced for family first, for the undercurrent of grit that lifts us all. From that C-section timed to tracksides to the final lap at 39, his odyssey stirs the quiet ache of roads untaken, the fierce love that outpaces any speedway, the truth that some checkers fall too soon, leaving us to carry the flag. In the tributes from Dale Jr.'s heartfelt nod, he was the backbone we needed. To Brad Keselowski's tear-streaked recall of a brother in arms no longer suffering, we see our own vulnerabilities reflected. The dreams deferred, the families that fuel us, the grace that guides us through grief's gravel. Michael Annett teaches us to grip the wheel tight, to honor the haulers behind us, to live every lap with the passion of a heartland heart. Because in the grand oval of life, it's the connections we corner, not the corners we conquer, that etch eternity. If Michael's unyielding spirit has revved something deep within you, that familiar pull of perseverance, the warmth of roots that run deep, or the gentle nudge to hold your people closer, then join the convoy here with us. Tap that subscribe button to keep rolling through stories of souls who steered with soul, and drop a like if his journey tugged at your throttle. Until the next green flag waves. Drive safe, love fierce, race on in memory, because legends like Michael don't fade. They just hand off the wheel to the dreamers coming up fast.